Are you still waiting for your stimulus money? Well, I've got some breaking news that might put a smile on your face today. Almost 2 million additional bonus stimulus checks are hitting mailboxes and bank accounts this week. But here's the thing, if you don't know how to track yours, you might miss out completely. Stay with me for the next few minutes, and I'll show you exactly how to find your money. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another important update about your money. And if this video helps you track down your stimulus check, smash that like button to help others find this information too. Drop a comment below with any questions, and I'll do my best to help you out. Let's get right into what's happening with these new stimulus payments. The Treasury Department just announced that nearly 2 million additional stimulus checks are being distributed this week as part of the ongoing economic recovery efforts. These aren't just regular payments, they're what some are calling bonus checks, which include plus-up payments for people who received less than they qualified for in previous rounds, as well as payments for people who recently filed their taxes and newly qualified based on their 2021 returns. Now, here's what's really important. These payments could be worth up to $14 per eligible person in your household, including dependents. For a family of 4, that could mean an additional $5,600 in your pocket. But if you don't know how to track your payment, you might miss the notification or, worse, mistake the payment card or check for junk mail. So who exactly is eligible for these new payments? There are several groups who should be on high alert. First, if your income decreased significantly in 2021 compared to 2020, you might now qualify for a full or partial payment that you didn't before. Second, if you added a dependent to your household in 2021, such as having a baby or claiming an adult dependent, you might be eligible for additional funds. And third, if you never received a stimulus payment but now qualify based on your most recently filed tax return, you could be in this batch of payments. Now, let's talk about how to track your payment. This is crucial information you don't want to miss. The IRS has a dedicated tool called the Get My Payment portal on their website. Have you used this before? It's actually quite simple. You'll need to enter your social security number, date of birth, street address, and zip code. Once you input this information, the system will tell you if your payment has been processed, when it's scheduled to be sent, and whether it will arrive via direct deposit or mail. If you're expecting a direct deposit, be sure to check your bank account regularly. Sometimes these deposits don't trigger the same notifications as your regular deposits might. For those receiving payments by mail, keep a close eye on your mailbox. The paper checks and debit cards come in plain envelopes that can easily be mistaken for junk mail or regular correspondence. Speaking of debit cards, these Economic Impact Payment Cards, or EIP cards as they're officially called, look like regular debit cards and come in a plain white envelope from Money Network Cardholder Services. Many people have thrown these away by accident, thinking they were credit card offers. Don't make that mistake. If you receive a card, you'll need to activate it first by calling the number provided and setting a PIN. What about those who don't have internet access to check the Get My Payment tool? You can call the IRS Economic Impact Payment phone number at 800-919-9835. However, be prepared for long wait times, as their call centers are still experiencing high volumes. If possible, using the online tool is your best bet for quick information. Let's discuss some common issues people are facing with these payments. Are you worried your check might have been lost or stolen? If it's been more than 5 days since the Get My Payment tool indicated your payment was sent via direct deposit, or more than 4 weeks since it was mailed, you can request a payment trace from the IRS. This process involves filling out Form 3911, Taxpayer Statement regarding refund, and submitting it according to the instructions on the IRS website. For those who received a partial payment but believe they qualify for more, the IRS is automatically reviewing returns and sending plus-up payments when applicable. However, if you think you've been missed, you may need to claim the additional amount as the recovery rebate credit when filing your 2021 tax return. I've also heard from many viewers who are concerned about having to pay back stimulus money. Good news, generally speaking, you won't have to return stimulus money even if it was more than you should have received due to an IRS error. The exception would be if you were ineligible entirely, such as being a non-resident alien or a deceased person. In those cases, the money should be returned according to IRS guidelines. Now, let's talk timing. These nearly 2 million payments are being distributed over the next week, with the majority being sent via direct deposit. If you're receiving a paper check or EIP card, it may take an additional 1-3 weeks to arrive in your mailbox after it's been sent. This is why checking the Get My Payment tool is so important. It gives you a timeline to work with. Some of you might be wondering, is this the last batch of stimulus payments we'll see? That's a great question with a somewhat complicated answer. While this is one of the final large batches of the third round of stimulus payments, the IRS will continue to send payments throughout 2022 as they process more tax returns and determine additional eligibility. Plus, if Congress approves any new stimulus legislation, which some lawmakers are pushing for due to inflation concerns, we could see more payments in the future. Have you heard about the additional tax credits and benefits that might be available to you beyond these stimulus payments? Many families qualify for the expanded child tax credit, earned income tax credit, or child and dependent care credit. These credits were temporarily enhanced during the pandemic and could mean thousands of additional dollars for eligible households. For parents, the expanded child tax credit increased to up to $3,600 per child under age 6 and up to $3,000 per child ages 6 to 17 for the 2021 tax year. While advance payments of this credit went out monthly in the second half of 2021, you can claim any remaining amount on your tax return. If you never received advance payments, you can claim the full amount when you file. Let's also talk about state stimulus programs, since many states have implemented their own stimulus payments on top of the federal ones. California, for example, has the Golden State Stimulus, while states like Florida, Georgia, and others have offered bonus payments to certain workers or residents. These vary widely by state, so it's worth checking your state's tax agency website to see if additional payments might be coming your way. One thing I want to emphasize is the importance of protecting yourself from scams. Unfortunately, stimulus payments have attracted plenty of scammers looking to steal your personal information or money. Remember, the IRS will never call, text, email, or contact you on social media asking for personal or banking information related to your stimulus payment. They also won't ask for payment to expedite your stimulus check. If anyone contacts you claiming to be from the IRS and asking for information or payment, it's almost certainly a scam. So, to recap what we've covered today, nearly 2 million additional stimulus payments are going out this week. To track yours, use the IRS Get My Payment tool at irs.gov or call their dedicated phone line if you don't have internet access. Watch your bank account for direct deposits and check your mail carefully for paper checks or EIP cards that might look like junk mail. If you believe you qualify but haven't received a payment, you may need to claim the recovery rebate credit on your tax return. Remember, these payments are meant to provide economic relief during challenging times. If you're in a position where you don't urgently need this money, consider supporting local businesses or setting some aside in an emergency fund, something many Americans learned the importance of during the pandemic. I hope this information helps you track down your stimulus payment. If you found this video useful, please hit that like button and share it with anyone else who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates on financial news that affects your wallet. Drop a comment below with any questions you still have about stimulus payments, and I'll try to address them in a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.